Most of you know by now, the Express UU Bar Ranch is one of my favorite places to hunt, hands down. The past couple of seasons, I've been lucky enough to share the place with good friends Lee and Tiffany Lakoski. What I did mention is the fact that none of us have yet to take a bull. Yet. This time, we're bringing in some beginner's luck. Enter country music's Easton Corbin. Now, I don't want to spoil it for you all right now, so just sit back and enjoy the show. This is one of our favorite places to hunt ever, hands down. It's a place that's really special to me, and they've got a lot of elk, and it's unbelievable. This was it. I mean, this is what you dream of. Like when you want an elk hunt and you want a big, badass elk hunt, this is it. Now, if y'all remember, Lee and Tiffany were with me last year on the Express UU Bar. We had a ridiculous amount of elk encounters. Notice I said encounters. That's because none of us took a shot, but it's not like we didn't have a choice. High quantity, high profile, big time, lots of bulls. This is that place, and you want to make it count. I had been shooting my bow so much this year. I mean, it was so funny because I remember last year getting to camp and shooting with Lee out to 70 yards was almost, it was laughable. And I was kind of struggling the whole 70-yard thing, and I was shooting a lot at 40, 50 yards, and 60 yards was kind of my max pin. Now my max range is 80 yards, and my comfort range is 70, and 60 is kind of a really decent shot. Get to shoot a little bit and get everything sighted in, tuned up, and feel good about it. It was right off the bat, let's go get it. We had spotted bulls right off the bat, and which is pretty typical UU Bar. Right off the bat, we got a really good bull. Just keep moving. We just kind of took off after him and tried to make a game plan. You just get in there. I was pumped up. I mean, I'm talking about excited. In that calf, right here. That's part of it. I mean, sometimes it's not the bull that you're after, and sometimes the coolest moments that you have in the woods are with a calf elk.
Let's go back around. The bull's gonna be down here at the bottom, because they're gonna come out to that clearing over here.
We move out and we get set up into this kind of a little meadow. We get pinned down, I mean, right off the bat. We got elk all over the place. We know that there's probably gonna be a bull that's gonna step out in the mix of this thing. I mean, we're just waiting. We've kind of got a great scenario.
This would be the definition of pinned down. Probably wouldn't take much to get that bull to come over here and check us out.
We probably could have called him over, just really wasn't anything that we were interested in taking, especially not on the afternoon of day one.
But you know, that I can't figure out why these bulls won't kick in the rut. And I mean, they're right here, they're right on the verge, they're bugling, they're going crazy. It's just gonna take that one cow to kick in. You know, we tried a few setups to make things, to get something to work, and where you got a large number of elk that's out in the middle of the wide open, there's just absolutely, with a bow in your hand, number one, there's absolutely nothing that you can do. Just got beat on day 2. It is what it is.
We got a bull bugling right up here. Setup number 59.
It's pretty typical, the fact that the wind's gonna swirl, something's gonna happen, their bull's not gonna work, I mean, you name it. All right, so we've got a ton of elk over here, so here's the plan. See that point that comes out right there, where the shadows are kind of jumping out and cause it, that's the little dark spot. That's where we're gonna go. That whole hillside's covered with elk, tons of bulls, tons of cows. Probably gonna be an ambush situation, or maybe try to pull a bull around. That's what we're gonna do. You can have your greatest moments in the outdoors, seeing things that you'll never see anywhere else. Cows and bulls running each other, I mean, just crazy. We had a field full of elk. I don't know how many elk were out there. I mean, an unbelievable number. You realize that you're looking, as a hunter, you're looking at a situation that turns fastly impossible. Giant bulls, little bulls, tons of cows, I mean, screaming, rut activity, like just everything in your imagination that you ever want to see. But you can't do anything. You can just soak it all up. That's all you can do.
So I'm just looking if he comes out there at 60 yards, and we can, because I'm gonna just have, because it's such a long shot, I'm gonna have to check the level.
So you're just kind of hoping that a bull pushes cows past you. And gets hung up in it and hope that it's the right bull. It's a game. It's awesome to soak it all up. But after a couple of years of coming to the UU bar, I'm starting to think, is there something wrong with me here? Because I keep getting into this situation and I'm not leaving here with a bull.
Nothing worked at all. Get that camera out here. There might be another bull coming now. That bull's close. Let's kill that bull. Sounds like he's just hung up down there.
We got a bull we think's working down. The wind's kind of swirling a little bit. It's just, yeah. But we're calling and still working, and all of a sudden here comes an elk bolting, and you're like, this has got to be that bull. And it's another calf. And it's another calf at like 5 yards. Everything's got to be absolutely perfect. I mean, my level's got to be perfect. You got to feel that anchor point. You got to know that it's there. And you need a good, 3 or 4 seconds, at least, for that. And we had a half a second. So it is what it is. He was a great bull. It's a great encounter, and our heart was pumping, and that's what hunting's all about. Now it's time to go find another bull and just shake it off. So That's the quick explanation of what just happened up there. Let's go find another one. All right, we're gonna take a break from my hunt to follow along a really good friend on his first ever elk hunt. Now, I'm sure that all of you remember the excitement, the nervousness, all those feelings that go along the very first time that you're fortunate enough to hunt elk. We're all alike. However, the only difference between the rest of us and this guy is the fact that he's a country music star.
Well, this is my first elk hunt ever, and you know, it means so much to me because it's something I've always dreamed of doing all my life.
Since signing his first record deal in 2009, Easton Corbin has had 2 #1 singles on the country charts. These days, his calendar is booked full of sold-out venues where he performs his music to adoring fans. And I can tell you firsthand, he's a little more country than that.
Just the chance to come out here and, you know, be part of nature out here and get to experience this is you know, so refreshing, and it just kind of helps you regroup and kind of, you know, get your head back together.
It's the first time I've ever experienced this, and I can't explain it. You know, it really sends chills up your spine. When a bull gets here, he's gonna look real big to you, but it ain't no different than shooting a target. That spot. Bada bing.
Now, I know I've already told you this is Easton's first elk hunt, but I want to make sure you understand he is 30 minutes into the first elk hunt of his life, and he's covered up in elk.
For this to be in something that I've always wanted to do, you know, it's a dream come true, and it was just it was a magical thing to experience that in person.
We're trying to get in on all these elk down here at the bottom, but the wind keeps swirling around on us, so it's kind of tough to get down there without them getting us. Oh, there's a good bull right there.
He was coming in, he was probably going to come in probably around 20 yards from me, which would have been a pretty close shot. About the time that we were about set up for a shot, the wind again turned in the wrong direction.
Well, it felt good if I'd have got a shot. But I guess he sniffed us out.
Just kind of all happened so quick, probably within a minute. And his right side was kind of a little odd, and it really wasn't something I wanted to shoot at. Then all of a sudden, kind of out of my peripheral vision, I seen those pretty good sized bulls. I went ahead and jogged back and bared down on them.
And I get a text from Easton, a picture of him holding a bull. He went on one hunt.
I was in shock. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you so much.
Looky there.
But, you know, it's bad enough that you got to be a country music superstar and good looking and all that crap. I said, now you're just going to make me look bad as an elk hunter?
I tell you what, it's a dream come true. It's something I've always dreamed of doing, and here we go. I've done it. So I'm hooked now.
We've been up here hammering it out
Yeah, man.
for like 4 or 5 days, and you show up and you're done in 45 minutes. So how was it?
It's fun, man. I'm addicted to it. Yeah.
Well,
Need to come
no,
back
you're
and-
spoiled is what
Yeah,
you are.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
how you.
How you doing? Congratulations, man. You're making us all look better.
It's an experience. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and an experience I'll never forget. you know, I just hope I get to do it again.
We go to the low country, I get pretty excited about that because it's usually typically pretty fast paced, pretty all up in your grill type elk hunting.
Pretty good little rain cloud. It's just been off and on all day, off.
It's a completely different look. It's a change camo pattern kind of look. But man, there's a lot of elk down there, and I mean some big bulls. I mean, we had spotted some once again out in the middle of a wide open, but we knew there was tons and tons and tons of elk down there. We just kept searching all day. We kept getting close. We got rained on pretty hard one time. I mean, really, really rained on pretty hard. We tried to call some bulls back. I mean, we were in elk all day long. Long story short is, 2 years in a row, UU bar, no elk. Now I'm seriously beginning to think that I'm cursed at that place.
Now, for the record, Lee and Tiffany also left without an elk. So it looks like the only man with a plan on this trip was Easton. I will say that when I see a first-time elk hunter get that fired up, it's pretty awesome to be there with him. So congrats, Easton. Now, it's time for you to get your tail to work. Let's go play some music.
Hey everybody, I just went on my first elk hunt and I got to kill my first bull, but now it's time to go to work. So let's do it. Well, you know, it's so important to have foundations like the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation because, you know, they're out there conserving land and, you know, making sure those elk are still here and that land so future hunters can have the same opportunity that I've had, you know, by coming out here and being able to enjoy this.